Hey everybody, welcome back to Why Not RV. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about 5 upgrades to your RV. Real quick, if you want to learn more and make less mistakes while RVing, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So I want to talk about, again, 5 things that you are going to want to buy for a new RV. And obviously, this isn't the first 5 things. I already did that video, and this isn't, 10 things you might want. This is like the first 5, we'll say, upgrades to your RV that you're really going to want to consider. Or at least it's one of the first 5 things that I liked for us in our RV. So the first one, let's get right to it, is Snappads. This wonderful rubber circle here is called a Snappad. And I know it doesn't look like much, it looks like it's an extra inch off the metal, but it actually increases the overall footprint quite a bit when you do the math. We did the math on it one time. I don't remember what it is, but it actually increases your footprint quite a bit. It's really nice, and it prevents you from having to use any leveling blocks or anything like that because it's a wider base and it's rubber, so it doesn't really move, whereas just the bare metal can still slide around. So RV Snappads, we really like them. My RV Snappads were $370, I think, on Amazon. I'm not sure if you can buy them cheaper anywhere else. I got them off Amazon just because I like to shop on Amazon. It's easier. I'm going to put a link below for those, as well as everything that we're going to talk about. I'm going to put some links in the description below, so make sure you check that out if you want to buy anything. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is another simple install situation, and that is a sewer tube holder. So this right here on both sides, these are for my sewer tubes, and they're relatively simple to use. You can fit on mine, these go all the way across on both sides. And now some people use them to put fishing rods in, but I can fit 20 feet in each one, which is what I have. I have 40 feet total, just in case I'll ever need it, but I probably won't. But I don't recommend 2. That's definitely extreme. I definitely only needed 1 of them. And again, it holds 20 feet of sewer hose. So check that out. That's on Amazon as well. One reason that I really like the sewer tube mount is because before I was crumbling it up and putting it in the little side bay on the other side, and it took up a lot of space, and I really could only bring 1 or 2 hoses with me. And even that was there was a lot going on inside that little cubby. Some people like to use tubs, and they'll put the tubs inside their understorage, but for what goes on in there, I'd rather it be a completely separate thing that is not attached to anything else. Nothing else is getting exposed to that. It's always outside. It's underneath the RV, and I really liked it. And I want to say it was about $150 or so, $130 on Amazon. That's made by Valterra, and again, you'll see that in the link below. Next couple things we're going to talk about are inside. So let's go pop inside real quick. Okay, so inside I have 2 different things, and the first thing is a rechargeable fan for inside your fridge. In the fridge here, I have this little fan on Amazon. I want to say it's around 15 or 20 bucks. Again, I'll put a link in the description below. But this is a rechargeable fan, and what I did for the first several months was I had this, and I would just take it out at night and charge it overnight. What I ended up doing was taking the actual charger, as you can see right here, and I wired it down and through the drain of the fridge that takes all the water out, and I wired it down out that way and then have it plugged in outside. So, and what this does is, the fan blows air across the coils, and as you can see, I don't have any frost on my coils, whereas if I did, or if I didn't have this fan here, and a lot of you'll see frost building on your coils because there's not enough air circulation in these fridges. Unless you have a brand new one, which some of the brand new ones actually have fans in them that go that way. But a rechargeable fan is a great thing, really, really cheap, and really, really efficient for what it does. Also, to go along with the fan, we installed this temperature monitor. It has both the freezer and fridge, and it's pretty simple. It just has a little thing up here and one in the fridge just like it. Really, really cheap. I think that was $30 on Amazon, and it just runs off of AA's, I believe. Pretty simple product, but a really useful product to be able to see the actual true temperature inside the fridge. The other thing for inside, I actually did a whole video on installing this thing, is a RO water filter. A lot of people like the Berkey countertop water filters, which are great from what I hear as well. I don't have any personal experience with them. I personally like to have an unlimited amount of fresh water, fresh clean drinking water. So we installed a under the sink RO system. So let me show you what that looks like. So this is the top part of the RO system, and it is completely unlimited fresh clean drinking water. We really like this system. I did a whole video on it. I'm going to put a link to that somewhere up in one of these corners, so you can click and see that, how I installed this thing. But again, another really great product. I want to say this was around $250 or so, but again, you'll see that in the link below. I'll have the description and the price for all those things so you can see. But an RO filter for drinking water is a great thing to have. For our last upgrade, we're back outside down in the storage bay. A water softener. Now this one is a pretty big model, but it gives us a really long time. I put salt in here about once a month, and I have to clean it out I think only like every 3 to 6 months depending on use. I've been doing it every 3 months just because I'm a little OCD. But they make different sizes and stuff for, you know, if you have a travel trailer versus a real big fifth wheel, or, you know, if you use water more or less. And you don't have to plumb it in like I did. These are meant to be plumbed outside somewhere, you know, where your hose comes in and goes right through it. But a water softener makes a huge difference to our water quality. We really like it. I hard plumbed it in here. I'm not going to show you how that works because I don't really recommend it. It's just the way that I did it. But a water softener, you know, again, this thing's meant to be portable. You're supposed to be able to just pick it up, put it down outside, hook your hose up to it, and let it go into the RV, and now you have nice clean water softener water. Good for your wife's hair, good for the appliances like your washing machine, everything like that. It's a really good little product to have. A great upgrade. That's it. Those are the 5 upgrades that I recommend you get. It's just, those are the 5 things that work great for us. We really like all those things. They're all really practical, really useful. You know, all those things are things that once you do them and you put them in, you don't really even think about them, but you use them all the time. My Snappads, they're used every single time, obviously all day, every day when the RV is set up. Avoiding using leveling blocks and all that stuff, I love not having to think about it. The sewer tube mount underneath, again, something you don't think about after you've installed it, but it's used all the time to keep that sewer hose mounted and up out of the way of anything else from like your regular storage bay. The water softener, again, once you install it, if you did it like me, you don't ever think about it. It's just there and you do your maintenance on it, but you're using it all the time. All the water coming into the RV is not going through that thing. The RO system, again, a great thing to have. Unlimited fresh drinking water that is super clean. Is just, we don't use any bottled water. A lot of people are carrying bottled water. So once it's in there, you don't think about it, but really you're using it all the time. And the last thing, that the fan in the fridge, it's on all the time. It's on all the time. It used to only be on during the day, and I would charge it overnight. So then, you know, I thought about it all the time because I'd be like, oh shoot, I forgot to unplug it, charge it in overnight. And now it's on, you know, the battery's dead and I got to charge it in the morning. But that's why I ended up doing what I did now, where I just have it hardwired all the way to a plug, and it just made life a lot easier. So again, 5 great upgrades for a new RV or an old RV. It doesn't really matter. This is just for anything in the RV lifestyle. We really like those 5 things. So again, if you like what you saw, make sure to drop a comment, leave a little like, and hit that subscribe button, share the channel. We'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye.